I'm going to give Jamie some very basic opening principles that you kind of need to adhere to, and I'm going to quote some grandmasters when I do this, okay? And this is not me teaching you chess. This is me passing on how to get good at chess from grandmasters and books and stuff. Joe Millward, thank you for the follow. Harry Prasad, Tony Invento. That's a lot of follows, man. Tommy Crow. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you very much. Fried liver. Yeah, well, like I said, I'm not going to teach any specific opening, okay? And some of the moves I make are not going to be the best move in the position. I'm going to teach you, Jamie. I'm going to show you basic opening principles. Okay, Yasser Sarawan, a great grandmaster, he said, in the opening, it is your job to take your fair share of the center and develop your pieces and castle. Okay? Nimzovich said, was it Nimzovich? No, it was Lasker. Longest running world champion ever. He was a mathematician. He was a peer of Einstein. They literally knew each other. There's a Lasker theorem, okay? Lasker said, in the opening, 1 or 2 pawn moves, no more. That's how serious it is. So, in the opening, you're going to want to move normally as a rule. Here's what we do in chess. We learn the rules. Then we learn how to break the rules. But first, you got to learn the rules. Anthony Espinal, thank you for the like. And the basic rules are your goal in the opening. I'm going to give you an example of a very basic opening, okay? Let's say E4, taking my share of the center. I'm taking part of the center. I'm not actually, but I'm controlling these squares. And the reason why this is the most common first move is because it puts a pawn in the center and it opens up my bishop. And it opens up my queen, which we're not going to move yet. So a very common reply is E5. It's not the most common. The most common is C5, and that's a little higher end stuff that we get into later. But the idea is he does the same thing. He copies me, right? Okay, knights before bishops. You might want to write this down, Jamie, because it's real simple stuff. And I didn't invent this. When I say knights before bishops, it's a rule of thumb. It doesn't apply to every situation. But when you're starting out, knights before bishops, and I'm going to tell you why. By the way, Lars Chaveli, thank you for the follow. And Conrad followed too. Thank you, Conrad. The reason why knights before bishops is simple. This bishop very often will come to this square. It could come here at some point. It very often comes to C4. It very often comes to B5. But we don't know where it wants to go yet. So that's a big thing about chess. Accuracy in, if you have 2 moves to choose from, and one of them you have to make, or you want to make, but the other one you're not too sure, it's about staying fluid. You know what I'm saying? Not static. So, this move, it develops a piece, it's knight before bishops, and it's getting me one step closer to castling. Okay? Now, black. Let's say you're playing black. Now you're this guy, right? And you say, oh my goodness. Oh, and here's another thing you're going to do every time someone makes a move. What does he threaten? You have to ask yourself this, or you're going to drop pieces. You have to ask yourself this. What does he threaten? Okay? 99 stars from Jensen Haygood. Jensen, thank you. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you so much. So, well, you're looking at this as black and say, what does he threaten? Well, nothing. So you push. Knight F3, what does he threaten? He's threatening to take my pawn. And you just can't give up free material. That's another thing people don't realize how important it is. To get your game to any level at all, you can't just give up free pawns. It's too important. Because once you get to higher levels, you're just gonna lose. Thank you for the big star bomb, Jensen. I appreciate it. So, a very common way to defend this pawn, you develop a piece. Knights before bishops. This knight is always almost going to come to this square because you want to develop toward the center. We'll learn how to break the rules later and play these weird moves. The knights always, at your level, the knights are always coming to these squares. I'm sorry. The knights are always coming to these squares. Okay? That's basic opening principles. If you do this, you'll beat your friends that don't do it. The game will just be easier for you. So, common move. Defending the pawn. So now if he takes 95, I play 95. I get 1 point for 3 points. Another thing you got to learn is the relative value of the pieces. I'm not going to go into a full chess lesson. This is only about basic opening principles, okay? So if you don't know the relative value of the pieces, you need to learn them. And they change as the game changes, man. Sometimes a knight will be worth a rook. Sometimes a pawn will be worth a rook. So, you attack my pawn while developing. I defend my pawn while developing. Here's another great move. This is called a Ruy Lopez. Bishop b5. Now you're threatening to remove the defender of the pawn, right? Let's go back. We're gonna go back and forth right here. This cool move right here. Now I'm ready to castle. And he has to answer this. Otherwise, I'm just gonna play bishop takes knight, and then knight takes pawn, and I win a pawn. Basic opening principles. Develop your pieces. Okay. And yeah, Dylan said I'm a newbie. Teach away. Thanks again for the help. No, that's awesome. Hatham Smith 2 has liked. Thank you. And Lars Chevelle. Chevelle. Yeah, I want to say your name right. You're worth it, Lars Chevelle. Lars, thank you. Okay, so how do you defend a pawn? Because it's attacked. Now, this happens to be the Ruy Lopez that grandmasters play. And so every grandmaster doesn't play d6 to defend a pawn. So I'm not going to get into the theory of the Ruy Lopez, which I really don't know anyway. But my point is, an idea in this position is to play. Let's look at the opening book, man. See, they give the pawn up. They give the pawn up a lot of times in this exact line. But I'm just giving basic opening moves, okay? I'm going to play d6. What does it do? It protects the pawn. Okay? Now, white can castle because castling is good. Your king is safe now. You get castled, you're not going to get checkmated in the middle of the board. And that's your goal. Sabian Boosty Turner sent 39 stars. Thank you. So castling's a good move. Now, black's saying, wait a minute. I have my share of the center. I need to get these pieces out and castle to be safe. So a very decent move in this position is to play knight f6, which, by the way, was the #1 move in the opening book. And what does this do? It develops with tempo because I'm attacking this pawn that's free, right? So now white very commonly will defend the pawn. Could bring the rook over, but no. Knights before bishops. That you know your knight wants to come to this square anyway. So just develop. And you developed a piece while solving a problem. Anytime you can develop a piece while solving a problem, it's good. Oh, I didn't type 100,000, did I? It's 1,000. Tad, did I type 100,000 in the I didn't do that, did I? I hope not. If I did, well, the title is Chess Celebration Stream. And I don't know if I see, yeah, anyway, it's 1,000 followers, and now we're already up to like darn near 1,200 from you guys. No, it's okay, Tad, you scared me. I thought I made a typo. Ivan Fernandez, thank you for the like. And Jamel, Ben Raba, thank you for the follow. Tad, thanks for coming back, dude. Appreciate you. Sabian Booster Turner, again, thank you for the 39 stars. I can't believe the support I'm getting from you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. So, openings. Develop a piece while saving a pawn. Man, you got a castle. You have to castle. So, develop a piece. Well, this bishop it can't get out yet, right? So maybe I'll play pawn here, giving it scope to move out. Because the big idea, you move your pieces, your knights for bishops, get castled, and the idea is to connect your rooks. There's a thing called connecting your rooks. When these rooks can see each other, they're better. It's a better life when your rooks can see each other. So I'm gonna want to get this bishop out. So just black says, okay, it's my turn. I'm going to castle. I'm going to be a good boy. I'm going to play smart because Garry Kasparov said, what's the most important thing? King safety. The most important thing in the game is king safety. Yeah, 99K to go. You ain't kidding, Jamie. That's right. Hey, man, I like the way Tad's thinking. And Albert, Abdulrahman El Kadrawi has liked. Yeah, man, I know you, brother. You've been here before. Thank you for the like. So, well, he castled. Okay, now we want to develop this bishop. These are not always the best moves, but let me tell you something. I'm looking right here at the opening book, and these are moves, man. I mean, in the database, there are 2 games where 2 masters played this move. What's he doing? He's developing his bishop. That's your last. These are the minor pieces, right? You got your knights developed. You got your bishops developed. This is a very, very milquetoast stock opening. But if you learn these principles, you apply them to all openings. Then when you get into an opening you're not familiar with, you apply these principles. And as long as you don't fall for tricks and traps, you should be okay. So now, well, look at black. Black's like, well, wait a minute. He almost has his rooks connected. All his pieces are in the fight. I got to get all my pieces in the fight. Now, the idea behind putting this bishop here is cool because it restricts this knight. Because the knight is now pinned. It can't move because of the queen. So I'm developing and having an effect on the board. I could just play bishop, I could just play bishop d7 or bishop e6, but an idea I'm developing. If you can develop while attacking something, develop while defending something that needs to be developed, these are things you want to do in concert, developing with some kind of purpose that helps you. Okay, now there is a game in the database and white plays h3, and we're going to look at the game. Okay, h3. Well, what does he threaten? Every move you ask, what does he threaten? Yes, you can. Carl Wilson. You can get it on my Bandcamp. It's Charlie Sardo Gaming on Bandcamp. Type exclam music. Let me see. You can do it. Type exclam music, and I think it will give you a link. So, what does he threaten? He threatens to take the bishop. Well, I can't give him a bishop for free. You never can. You can't do that. So he plays bishop h5. The other master plays bishop a5. Can I click on the game? Okay, g4. He attacks my bishop again. Bishop g6. Get the bishop out of the trouble. There you go. There's your link right there to get my music, man. Hey Kim, awesome. Dad, I love you. Yeah, man, I'm going to get with you guys. My dad has a show. My dad's a great guitar player. He inspired me to learn how to play guitar and taught me a lot of stuff about life. He didn't teach me that much guitar, which is really weird. My dad, like I said, he's a really good guitar player. But he didn't show me how to play guitar. He talked to me about guitar. And he taught me there's things that are more important than learning how to actually physically pick and learn a lick, how to do things with your fingers. I could show you every lick my dad ever taught me right now. I remember all of them. There's like 3 or 4. My dad taught me about things like attitude and characteristics of playing guitar. He always tells me to play smooth, and I think he's telling me that because I don't play smooth. And all the good guitar players do. So I keep telling you, what does he threaten, right? You have to ask yourself that. Stop dropping pieces? Well, my dad tells me, play smooth, son, play smooth. And so my dad is watching right now. My dad has a chess show, not a chess show, a country music show. And it's called Carmine's Country Corner. And they go live every week, and like this week they're not because of Easter. Every Sunday evening they play the live country music. And it's really cool. I've gone out and played the show before, and I'm going to go do it again. Franz, how you doing? And yeah, my sister's there with my dad. I'm going to be trying to help them somehow with some technical stuff at some point. Not today. Right now, opening. Oh yeah, back to the opening. Okay. I love you, Dad. I love you, Kim. So, we're looking at the game. Okay. Knight H4. Okay. Point here. No piece has moved twice. No minor piece has moved twice. After this move, no minor piece has moved twice. Here's what people do at the beginning when they're learning. Andreas Powers, thanks for the follow. And Panos Delinjan. Whoa. This name is worth it. Panos Dilijanidis. I hope I said that right, man. Mustafa, thanks for the like, man. Love you, dude. Thanks for the art you made the other day. I still haven't put it to use, but I'm going to. So no pieces move twice. People, what they do is they bring a piece out and they move it again before they're castled, before their rooks are connected, before their pieces are developed. They go, oh, I want to move this. No, you already moved it. Yasser said your job is to take your fair share of the center, develop your pieces, and castle. Now, first time a piece moved is because it had to. It was going to be taken. It had to. It's going to be taken. Okay? Well, now White says, okay, now I can move a piece a second time. Because I want to hunt this bishop down. It's a bishop. Bishops are worth slightly more than knights. It depends on the position, but bishops are better than knights. Ayamin Boujdid, welcome to my stream. Welcome. I don't, man. I'm not sure if I remember all the names anymore, guys, because there's thousands. Franz, I know. Franz is here all the time. Franz, how are you, man? Thanks for coming in. So he's hunting down the bishop, okay, but this is just an example game of coming out of the opening. He says, okay, I'm tired of this. That's called putting the question to the bishop. That's something that happens in openings a lot. It happens a lot of times even earlier than this. Sample game, knight takes, he takes, great. Oh, here's the thing you need to know too. You almost always capture toward the center. There are many times you break that rule, and you take back with the other pawn. As a rule, you always want to capture toward the center, and that's going to apply to your opening too. Mex, thanks for the 50 stars, dude. Bishop Jensen Figueroa Haygood says bishops are the mid-game butchers. Mex, man, I appreciate you, Mex. Mex is one of my great supporters. He's always here supporting, and he's also one of my mods, and he's just a cool dude, and I really appreciate you, Mex. Love you, man. 12-hour stream, guys. I'm almost 2 hours in. It's going great. I'm giving a little opening principle lesson. So anyway, capture toward the center is almost always the right move, unless sometimes you can't capture toward the center because you're gonna lose a rook or a queen, or you know what I'm saying. If all things are equal, you capture toward the center. Okay, so we're just going over he captures. Well, you have to capture back because you can't be down a piece. Bishop takes f6. Okay. He gives up a bishop for a knight. Bishop f6. Queen f3. See, yeah, so here's the deal. The idea is once you get your pieces developed, and then you kind of want to start looking at a place for your queen. That's kind of the last part of development is connecting your rooks and finding a square for your queen. He decided queen f3 was a spot. So, plays rook b8. What does he threaten? He's attacking a pawn. He developed a rook to an open file, which is where it's really good. That's where rooks want to be, right? So that's still finishing development. b3 defends it. Rook e8. Because maybe he's going to push here and, something. He's developing his rooks. These guys are masters, man. He develops his rook. He plays rook e6. Interesting move. I'm not sure why. We'll find out. Knight a4. Now they're just making moves. c5, c4. Okay, we'll just zip through this game. I think black wins. Because I just want to see. But we saw how the development went. And I can't do that like this. Oh, one game. What am I doing? I wanted to see how long the game was actually. Okay, I don't even need to go any further into this. I look at this, I say this bishop sucks. But I think black ends up winning this game. Okay, but those are your basic opening principles. Knights before bishops. Your job is to claim your fair share of the center, develop your pieces and castle. So look, that tells you castling. That's Yasser Seirawan talking. Time is precious. Time is precious. Time is precious. Let me tell you what the beginners do, man. They go here. Oh, hey, e4, great. e5. Bishop c4. Hey, it's a developing move. This is what I play. Let's say I develop a knight or something. Let's say I develop a knight here. Queen f3. Bad move. What did I tell you the knight wants to do? It wants to come to the center and have influence on the center. Well, now your queen's on that square. This is what you see beginners do. Another reason it's a bad move. Let's say I play... let's just say I play this simple move d6, right? And he develops a knight. My bishop comes out with tempo. This is a free move. I need like 3 or 4 more moves to get all my pieces out and get them castled, right? What if I play here? It's protected by the knight, so he can't take it, and now he has to move it. So after he moves it, what do? I develop another piece. And this is this was a free move because he brought his queen out too early. Yeah. Why is that you capture to the center? I'm going to give you the perfect example. The perfect example why, okay? This is very simple, and this will be fun to do. Analysis. Leave that. Setup. Yeah. How do I clear board? Clear board. Well, okay, I can just show you like this. Oh, yeah, I can do it. I think I can do it now. You ready for this? This is the most beginning basic example of why the center is more important. This knight controls 8 squares. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? This knight controls 2 squares. This knight, I think, is going to be 4. Is it going to be 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many squares do you want to control with your knight? 8 or 4 or 2? Okay? Check me out. It gets better, ladies and gentlemen. This bishop controls all of these squares. Let's count them for fun. 1, 2, 3. I'll count the one we're on, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's 8 this way, so 15, right? This bishop controls 15 squares. This bishop controls 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do you want? A bishop that controls 15 squares or the bishop that controls 8 squares? That's the idea. It's literally, imagine this too, because this is a truth. It's like, because you can look, chess is a form of warfare. Imagine when you can control the center of let's say you were 10,000 years ago when you're conquering a nation. Were there nations 10,000 years ago? If you can control the center of an area, then you can get to all the different. If you control the center of the board, it affects the rest of the world. This knight has so much fluidity when he's right here, because he could get over here quick, over here quick, over here quick, or over here quick. But when he's right here, it's a long run to get to here, man. It's a longer run. It's a longer run to get anywhere. A king especially. Imagine a walk. Imagine a walk from here to here. And oh, now I got to get over here. Now I got to get over here. It's like it's like the tennis players. They're in the middle. They're in the middle. They don't stand on the side when someone's serving to them. They stay in the middle. That way, wherever the ball comes, they're the closest to it. Chess is exactly like that. It's exactly like that. That's why the center is important. Okay? And that was a really, really good question, and I hope that helped you. And you will see, you won't even know why. If you develop your pieces and you get your bishops out and you get your knights out and you castle, you know what happens? You're gonna start beating people that aren't doing that. The game is just so much easier. You don't even know why. Well, I actually gave you the reasons why.